Yeah, some games that I like to enjoy, I can't play on my own. Like Rune Factory, I can do on my own. It's easy. It's made for that. Uh, with something like playing Commander, I can't really do by myself. And there's a bit of an issue there. Okay, take the juicer, bring it up here. I like how there's a pineapple on the juicer, but it still requires so much effort to make pineapple juice. Yeah, how many can I make with the full thing? I can make 12 of it. I can make 12 pineapple juice. So one pineapple I buy for 8,500. Remember, the seeds were 2,800. One pineapple I purchased for 8,500. One pineapple juice sells for only 4,400 right now. So right now, it's not worth it for that. But also, fill up HP, pretty much fill up rune points, get 100 intelligence, plus 15% intelligence, and get some fate resist. That's just a level 1 pineapple.
Nice.
Okay, so now, I do still kind of want to buy corn, but I only specifically want to use it to till into the fields to make the fields better.
All right. Nice.
Yeah, cook something with the mixer. Make a few more pineapples. Oh, am I actually gaining a decent amount of cooking experience with these? Oh god. Look at how many runes I get for pineapples! Like, dear gosh. So, 52, 90. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so much cooking experience from these too. I was not expecting... Okay, that was weird.
All right.
I basically do this until 8 a.m. and then chop. Okay. 36 on the field, 28 on the field. I think it's 16, 20. Ah, gosh, no. I'm almost thinking that I should make it a part of my, like, everyday stuff. Yeah, yay, a whole bunch of monies. Alright, shoot, what did I just fulfill? Pink melon, right? I think it was pink melon I got. Hold on, where's my list? Pink melon. Drop my controller too. Whoops. So at the moment, these sell for less than the corn on the cob. Well, so I'm making less specific money, but I'm also spending a lot less on, you know, buying more corn to keep making this happen. So all in all, it is a net positive. But yes, I do believe that I should grab one coin for every plot of field. So, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 6 is what? 42? No. 48. Right. Yeah, yes. 8, 16, 24. Yes, 48. I should buy like 48 coins just for the sheer ability to revitalize all of these fields and get them all healthy. So if it could potentially be a sale day, then I should get even more. Cook something with the mixer. Let's, how about some pineapple juice? God, I still remember way back in the day when I was making the Rune Factory 4 videos, I got almost low-key hooked on pineapple juice for a little while there. Like, for real? Because pineapple juice is good, yo.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, cook something with the mixer. Cook some more pineapple juice. Oh, God. What is this, a Rune day? Like, seriously? Yeah, each trip to the mixer only produces, like, 12. 12 at most. Okay, so 300 total pineapples divided by 12 per trip. I was a calculator, so that'd be what, 20, somewhere between 20 and 30 for sure. 20 would be 240, which is a remainder of 60, so it'd be 5, right? 5 times 12 equals 60. So it should be 25 total trips. And now to pull out the calculator to do it. 300 divided by 12 is in fact 25. Boom, done. Calculators are definitely more efficient, but, yeah. Yeah, people say it's like, oh, I'll never need to do math in my life. It's like, you might be surprised, but also, so what? If you manage to make it through the rest of your life without ever doing math once, that's because you had other people. That's because you constantly have other people doing the math for you for your entire life. Even if it's not you wanting to actively use math for something, you're still using math for something. There's all sorts of math in like sports and stuff. It's just not so blatantly obvious. Oh gosh, the sorts of people who are like, yeah, you play like Magic the Gathering? That's so nerdy and stuff. It's like, so what? It's fun and I'm not hurting people. Why are you trying to... Yeah, the sorts of people who say other people are bad people for things that aren't actually bad are annoying. It's like, oh, you play, I don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh? That's a kid's game. You're a bad person for playing with kids. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, one, I don't play with kids. Like, yeah, get that thought out of your mind. It's just a group of adults going down to the card store to play some card games. Yeah. Generally, no children going there to play, that that. Even, actually, playing on Discord, Discord doesn't allow anyone below the age of 13 to make an account, or at least, you know, you shouldn't be under the age of 13 with the Discord account. I know if Discord had been around when I first got a computer, I would have gotten an account before I was 13 because that's how it is, but strictly speaking, there shouldn't be children on Discord.
Nice. Yes.
In fact, my little brother, who's like 10 or something, doesn't have a Discord account, or at least from as far as even I know, he doesn't have one. And I work on his computer, so if he has a Discord account on his computer, has managed to hide it from me during the times I've used his computer, then you know what? Good on him. He can be responsible. If you can manage to hide it from someone who uses his computer, obviously he's responsible enough, right? Is that like a secret test of character? If you can, yeah, if you use the thing in such a way that nobody knows you're using it, you can show that you show that you can be responsible enough to have it. Oh gosh, yeah, this pineapple juice. Really just knocking it out of the park, yeah, I say. Okay, wait. 4,400 times 300, so only 1.3 million monies. Wait, 1.34, 1.43. 1.32, what? 1.32 million monies. So I can see the, like, amount ready to be shipped. Also, speaking of things, I would love to have another game like Bad End Theater, because that whole concept was awesome. A choose-your-own-adventure style game, where the way that, like, the options you choose for your adventure changes how those characters act when it's other people's, you know, when you are playing as other characters. So the only way to get the perfect ending is to have everybody acting just a certain way. Of course, the plot twist at the end almost renders that moot, but it's still there, and then the big plot twist. A big plot twist that was spoiled by the fact that the game has the LGBT tag on it. LGBT tag? LGBT tag on the game, so you know that there's something about the game that they're not telling you. Something about the game that's not so obvious. It's like, well, I know there's something more to this. This is supposed to be LGBT. Where's the, where are any of the letters? It's, was it ruined by the interface? Is that the trope?
Yes. Nice.
Still though, awesome game, adorable game. Really got into that game. Here's a question, do I do 2 episodes at once of this? Am I already doing 2 episodes? Screw it, I can do 2. And I always say that after I notice I've already crossed the hour line, but you know what? Let me just play with my pineapples. It's nice, it's relaxing, it's almost downright charming. Yeah, still just 1643, huh? What I really need is a recipe that will increase my maximum amount of Rune points, and I don't know of any off the top of my head other than Relax Tea, but we should still try working towards such a recipe.
Yes.
Oh gosh, so many pineapple seeds too, so many drops. all my tools in my inventory. What do I have equipped? I have seeds equipped.
Yes.
Yeah, I know it's going to take like, what, a day or two for the pineapples to regrow? Isn't that the case? It takes a little bit? Oh god, yeah, audio is delayed by like 2 seconds now. See, I've tried playing card games on my own. I've tried playing like Magic, tried playing Commander by myself, and the way that I've most recently decided on how to do that is to do the whole archenemy plane chase thing. Both are variant ways for playing the game that introduce new rules to the game. I find them fun, some people find them fun, some people don't. It's a matter of personal perspective and taste, and somebody doesn't find them fun, well, I mean, they just don't find it fun, whatever. I can find people who do find it fun. Probably. But then write it out as a short story. And it's interesting that, cause like, writing can be fun, I just don't have the incentive to write as much as I really probably should, but writing can indeed be fun. Okay, I'm just going to take a wild guess here that all of these are uber low. Yep. So I'm going to go. Yeah, no. Go back to the fridge. Okay, okay.
All right, let's go.
I'm going to go and buy, like, oh, I don't know, 100 corn or something. I'll need 48 for the field, but I should also revitalize some of my outside fields and maybe some other place fields, whatever. By like 100 corn. Hey,
Time
Lucy.
to tackle another day. Welcome.
Yeah, pink bonus level 10 now. Cool. So I could buy golden potatoes.
Can't make up your mind?
You don't have corn.
Ooh, you've got good taste.
Aha! Misagi. Oh god, why am I feeling sick to my stomach a little? You also don't have corn. Okay, okay, wait. Let's walk back home. Let's save. Oh, I need to pause for a moment. I'm gonna just find out if you... I'm gonna find out if doing this can make... No, save first. Doing this can make you have the corn. 1 second. Well, the good news is that it seems like that refreshing... That's a... what? Wait. That refreshing does provide a new chance to get things. Also, something really funny happened during the pause there, because I had to save and reload, and as soon as I reloaded, oh, whoops, Fuka ran around the bed into the corner of the bedroom, like immediately, just, and while I was busy laughing at that, she growled at me.
No need to stop. Thanks.
I couldn't really make out what kind of a growl she was doing, because I was too busy laughing.
Hello there.
can even bronze it for you. Okay, what do I need? Yeah, all of these fields need one. So, switch to this. So, if I do this, you know what? Hold on. Wait. If I do this, I take out my tool, and I do that. Yes, that will take all of it and shove it all in at once. So I specifically have to separate this. Eh?
Nice.
Oh, come on! No! Okay. You're gonna be a bit complicated here. Here, let's throw in a few more drinks. And for the record, yes, I have considered getting vocal surgery. I'm not sure if it's really the thing for me. Because I only hear so many bad reviews. If there is a thing like, some sort of like cyberpunk thing where I could just go in, get it done, be done with it, I would totally go in and do it already. As it stands, all I really have is pitching my voice to make it sound really weird, but it never works. Also, it doesn't help that I can't really do the pitching of the voice thing so well while I'm sitting down like this, so that is also a concern. But, like, modern voice surgery is apparently rife with complications and stuff. And, like, I've already had a major surgery that I've been wanting for ages, and it's like... I mean, again, it was 2 months ago. I'll let you know after a year if everything goes well. Still can't believe I got, like, a memorable-ish date, like May the 4th. Yeah, my 2-month anniversary was the 4th of July. Yeah, people were throwing fireworks for my 2-month surgery anniversary. Like, it was insane, right? Yeah, the only date in the air that could have been funnier for it would have been actually April the 20th. And which would have been extra fitting considering that marijuana got legalized. Marijuana got legalized in Canada bloody well on my birthday. And people are like, oh, hey, good. That's good, right? And it's like, sure, in a general sense, marijuana getting legalized is a good thing. Except, people smoke marijuana. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. And I don't do well with smoke. Like, at all. Like, my asthma is very sensitive to that kind of stuff. It's like, oh, it's just weed. It's good for you. It's like, no, it's not. It's smoke. It's bad for me. Like, my breathing difficulties are such that if it is raining outside and the windows are closed, I have breathing difficulties. Like, I either have to suffer with breathing, like, during, like, a storm, I either have to suffer with breathing difficulties, be outside, or have a window open. Like, those are my options. Like, it's to the point where if I take, like, a ice cold shower, I can feel my throat closing up. It sucks. But hey, I just have to put up with it because, I don't know, that's the life I signed up for when I decided that I wanted to have asthma. But also, I have to say, all this, like, care and support that I've gotten post-surgery, what I so sorely, desperately needed just in life in general. And I skipped that plot of field because my controller decided that I should skip that plot of field. I didn't choose to, my controller did. My controller chose it for me. No, no. Hit the corn.
I'm a little tired.
It's like 1 p.m. Fuka, do you need a cat nap? I wonder if I should just start... Yeah, I should probably just start growing giant versions of all the plants, shouldn't I? Got giant, like, turnip and giant, what? Moondrop or something? I can easily look into it. Just start making giant versions of all of the crops. I don't know if I should try going with giant level 10 versions of everything or what, but... Just start going with giant versions of every crop, and that'll be fine. Hope I'm not, like, accidentally doubling up on, like, one area or something, because that would probably be annoying.
Nice. Easy does it.
Alright. Equip that. Thank you. So, I know that I... Generally speaking... Yeah, I have to... Okay. Was it 2 days ago? Went for the talk with the, age stuff about booking bus tickets. So I've been looking at that, making a plan for all of that. So... Right now, the plan seems to be I'll get to Edmonton at around, like, 2-ish, whatever. So I'll get to Edmonton early, and then just head to a card game store. And, I mean, to be fair, some of those stores, even if I don't manage to find anyone to get a game in with, I can just, like, hang out at the store for, like, hours. Because some of those places are fantastic for stuff like that. So, yeah, just do that, then start hanging out and do all of the other stuff. And, God, it's so weird that, for me, one little doctor's appointment in Edmonton is, like, a half a week long journey. Like, go down there on, like, a Wednesday, come back on, like, the next Sunday. And, like, that's just how it is for me. What? Somebody want me? Who wants me? You want me? You want me. Of course you want me.
Thanks for the
Heal
thought.
a little bit. Well, here comes a thought. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. It's alright. Yeah, I didn't do that right, but... Did you really expect that I would? Okay, this is getting close to being full now. Okay, now it's full. Which means... There we go, there we go, there we go. Which means continue making juices just to throw all of these into the fridge. Because I'm sure, hoping, that these won't all fully grow back again in one day. Wait, hoping that? No. I'm expecting that they won't all fully grow back in, like, one day. Oh. Gosh. To be fair, just one little trip to the farm, and it's getting my stats up by, like, a lot. Okay, maybe not a lot, but it is getting my stats up. I didn't even see that one, wow.
Nice.
Okay, okay. So yeah, and then, yeah, whatever. Go down, bring some commander decks, bring like a little box of commander decks, whatever. If I find someone to play with, good. If I don't, I'll just wander the store for maybe 3 hours. I've done it before. I've had situations before I could drive where I just like, yeah, have someone drop me off at work. Yeah, my dad would have to do like business meetings in Edmonton for the day, and he'd be like, "Hey, come with me. I'll get you a game or something." So I'd go with him. He'd basically just drop me off at, was it Best Buy? I think it was, and I'd just hang out in the store for like 3 or 4 hours. He'd come back, pick me up, buy me a game.
I hope it comes out okay.
I could, you know, there are like games on the display, so there's like ample time for me to, you know, go through, like pull out my phone just to figure out like, okay, what's this game like? What's this one like? Because this is before I really got into the computer gaming thing and could just play on like Steam and stuff. And I was, I don't know, 15, 16, no, 16, 17 at the time, like whatever, like I could have just been at home alone. But for some reason he wanted me to go out with them. And it's all like, hey, I'll get you a game if you come and do this. But it's like, I didn't like, you know, go with him to the meetings or anything. He would just drive us both into town, drop me off at a Best Buy. And it's like, I'm not sure the why behind this, but you know what? I get a game, so I'm not going to complain about it. Like, alright, sure. I'm trying to remember if we'd, like, go and get, like, McDonald's afterwards or something, because if that's the case, and he was using me and, like, buying me a game and bringing me into town while doing his meeting, specifically to, like, go and get McDonald's, that would be a little bit, like, what? But he says as an excuse to hang out with me a bit, like, during the drive, and that's kind of sweet of him. But I'm just trying to figure out, like, what his intention, like, why behind what was going on. And honestly, I'm not too sure, but whatever, it was a thing that we did. I'm not sure how often it was, because I want to say it was, like, once a week, but it's, like, once a week for, like, a month. And, like, we didn't do it a lot. We did it a couple of times. And then it got to the point where I was getting multiple games, but they would add up to the price of one new game. So, like, well, could get me, like, this new, like, whatever game for like, $60. Or these 3 games that are, like, $20 each. And he's all like, oh, well, you want the 3 games and it's the same overall price? Sure, let's go with that. Because, hey, math is important. God, I don't think I've played any video games. I haven't been doing any recording other than Rune Factory 5 and Ori for like probably a week now.
Yeah.
Is this not at the ×5 speed? It is. Why is it not growing then? Also, 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Take that. Take that.
If I can get 24 of the stuff, because these seem to be down in the double digits too, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Nine, 18, 27. I mean, might as well just make all the fields plenty healthy. Pineapple does a huge drain on fields, honestly. It really hurts the fields, like, a lot. But well, God, I still remember playing the original Rune Factory, and just the whole, like, hey, you can have monsters to, like, instead of a regular Harvest Moon where you get, like, cows and sheep and they just are kind of there for produce and whatever. Because, like, I remember friends in Middletown, if you don't take care of your animals enough, they will die, and there'll be a whole funeral cutscene for them. And also, trying to get the animals to love you took actual, like, years of brushing them, feeding them, and harvesting from them every day. After, like, 3 years, they'll finally reach, like, max affection for you. And that's when you can produce, like, the gold milk and the gold wool. And stuff, but, like, that was all it was. You had to, you know, you had to brush them, maybe talk to them, feed them, and get produce out of them every day. That was it. All that stuff, and yeah, you get a little bit of extra, you get, like, a thing of milk. And at first, like, 1500G at the start of the game, if you don't use, like, a money exploit, is a fair, decent chunk of money. Also, you have to buy the barn to have them in there. And, like, all you get, like, that's all you get is, like, a small milk that's, like, what, 20G or something? Like, how long do you have a cow in Harvest Moon before it's worth it? And also, yeah, you had to buy them. And then in Rune Factory, it's like, no, you find a monster in a cave you like, boom, you can bring it in. It might drop, like, drop materials you can use. It might not. Oh, well, screw you.
I'm a little tired.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so 36 coins. Okay, okay. Wait. So, one idea I've kind of had, considering I do have the thing that can record tabletop gameplay, is to record my solo 4-player commander games. And, you know, write out all of my notes and stuff while I'm playing it. And just have that as like, hey, this is a thing that I do. And then, when I upload the video, also upload, like, a link to the story that was made from it. So, it's a little bit of a behind-the-scenes thing. People can see how I make these weird stories. Like, the people who read the stories like, well, that's sure a thing. So it's like, well, it sounds like honestly, I'm curious as to how much people do talk about me. Because obviously people talk about me. People have told me that they've been talking about me. But, like, I don't know how much people talk about me, how much people think about me. If they go, it's like, oh, this is I don't know, this is a neat shirt. I think Claire would like it. If it's a person, like, just sees a random game on Steam, it's like, oh, that's right, Claire was talking about this game. Yeah, they notice that someone is being, you know, hostile to a new person in the friend group, and they go, oh yeah, that's right, Claire mentioned that this is a thing that happens. I didn't believe her at the time, but now that I actually see it for myself, I guess it actually is a thing that happens. Because as we all know, things aren't real unless I experience them. And speaking of things I'm experiencing, gosh, people said that they're... Yeah, me saying gosh all the time. Yeah, that's the thing. Gosh. People said there was going to be pain after having my surgery, and I was fully expecting to be, like, you know, all curled up in bed in pain all day long after having the surgery. Like, I was expecting it to be bad. It's been fine. It has been fine. To be fair, I did want this only to go as far as for when the grass completely ruined the soil, then I would get new stuff. So maybe I shouldn't be using corn on all of the grass plots. And just replace them with pineapple fields once I get those level 10. Or even golden pumpkin fields once I get that as an option at all. Although I do wonder, and I maybe should have been doing this, if I put a field up to, like, you know, quality +2, so I plant, like, a level 1 seed, it should be a level 3 seed by the time it's ready to harvest, but then if I just pick it up and it regrows, will it regrow into level 5? Will I be able to basically grow a plant faster that way? Okay, there's only 1,239 fodder left. That's enough for about 200 days. 1,239? 1,362. An extra 100 or so fodder. No big deal.
comes out okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to talk about. Yesterday I had some bad experiences with some people who decided, screw you, I don't want to play this game or whatever, and it's like, maybe I do care about things too much, or maybe, yeah, either I care about things too much, or the general consensus that people should not care about things enough. I mean, there really does seem to be a general consensus of, hey, just don't care about things. Things aren't meant to be cared about, they're just supposed to be there. You're not supposed to actually care about if things are going well. You're supposed to care about if, you know, people are having fun playing a game. It's just a game. You're not supposed to have fun. You're supposed to not care about it like you do with everything else in your miserable life. We're making people angry yet? I'm supposed to be making people angry with these hot takes, right? Oh god. Oh yeah. No pain on the actual, like, surgery site. However, some days, like today, I, you know, wake up, get out of bed, and I'm just, like, chafing, like, on my thighs. And it's like, why? Like, it could be the fact that I did, like, 6 hours of standing desk commander yesterday. That could have something to do with it, maybe.
All right.
I was just, you know, at the standing desk for many, many hours.
All right. Nice. All right.
Oh, that's right. Shoot, I wanted to buy crop seeds so I can make giant crops. Oh well.
Yes.
I guess I'm just going to be working on lumber for the next couple of hours.
All right.
Yeah, as long as I can record at least 2 videos a day, everything is good.
Yes.
And today I'm recording 2 episodes of Rune Factory, and who knows, I might go and do some Ori later. But I do think that I maybe should get back into the mindset of doing tabletop games. Stash this. Because, yeah, the whole process of making the Plane Chase Arch Enemy EDH thing. Okay.
All right.
So EDH, Elder Dragon Highlander, Commander, whatever, format of playing Magic the Gathering. Everyone who watches this probably knows what Magic the Gathering is, I'd hope.
Nice.
There!
There.
Okay. But Commander is a format where, instead of just having a deck of cards, your deck of cards has a leader, the Commander.
All right.
EDH stands for Elder Dragon Highlander, because the original Commanders are one of, like, the 5 Elder Dragons.
All right.
Is lore not so important anymore. However, since I am a writer, I make Commander decks based around my characters. So, like, I have a Sashin deck, I have an Arcana deck,
Yes.
I have a Flora deck, somewhat-ish, whatever. Not so much tuned with her, but somewhat. Ember deck design, don't actually have that in paper. Like, whatever.
Yes.
So,
Right. All
what I
right.
do is I take 4 of these decks to play a Commander game together, because Commander is usually a 4-player format. Instead of just, you know, 2 people, 1v1, like with a lot of
All right.
TCGs, it's just 1v1, but Commander is supposed to be 4-player. 4-player free-for-all.
Yes.
Except that Arch Enemy changes it from free-for-all to 1 versus 3. One person is the Arch Enemy, and the other 3 try to take them down. In order to compensate for the, you know, difficulty of playing of 1 person versus 3, the Arch Enemy gets a few little bonuses. They get a special Arch Enemy deck where once per turn they get an added ability, add effect that, you know, applies to them. So it applies to the other people in negative, right? Whatever. And they start off with extra life, and they are the one who goes first, whereas the other 3 take turns simultaneously to try to take them down. And then Plane Chase is essentially a deck of cards with rules that apply to the entire game. That either affect everyone together at all times, or give a bonus to whomever the active player is. And during your turn, you can roll a planar die, essentially a 6-sided die. If it's a 6, you go to the next plane and get whatever new rules that are there. If it's a 1, you do whatever the chaos effect, the special effect of the plane that you are on. So it could be very tame. It could just be like, hey, whenever you roll chaos, draw a card. Or it could be, whenever you roll chaos, reveal the next 3 planes, do the chaos event of all 3 of them. And then, you know, put those revealed planes on the bottom of the plane deck. And it's like, oh, hey, might roll chaos, and then, hey, you can't lose the game until someone planeswalks away, so now if someone wants to kill you, they have to, you know, leave the plane. And so what I do is I take these characters that I'm using for the decks, put them, usually they go into some sort of pocket dimension, like an alternate reality where things can warp all around. Who knows, maybe I've only done this twice. Maybe I'll do like a sci-fi version where they're on like, you know, spaceship and it's like a holodeck, whatever type of situation. Really, the only true limit is my own creativity and how much I want to follow the rules imposed by the game itself. And I just, you know, run the game. I had one recently with Marissa against... Trying to remember... Shoot, was it Maya? Right. Maya, yeah. 2 of these 4 characters I don't tend to use much. Maya, Kima, who are sisters who are also princesses, with Kima using magic and Maya choosing, not to particularly... Not... Yeah, she uses some magic, but not weaponry. Like a Valve Poppy D&D thing, which is a whole other can of worms, but you know what? My characters, I can do what I want with them. I'm sure I either have ranted about Valve Poverty and how people react to it before. I'm sure I have ranted about it before at some point. That's not the point yet. Anyway, so it's Marissa against Maya, Kima, and Ray. Ray the Angel. Are you okay? Does Puppy not like angels?
All right.
Are you upset I don't have a Fuka deck? I should make a Fuka deck. Gosh, in theory, making commander decks is so much fun, but thanks to power creep in the recent years, it's like, well, here's like 10 slots if you... It's like, oh, you're running these colors? Here's 10 slots of your deck that are already, like, established for you. That if you don't run, like, these 10 cards, people will actually get mad at you. But also, if you do run the cards, people will get mad at you. If you play the game, people are going to get mad at you. If you show up to talk to people, they're going to get mad at you. If you don't talk to people, they'll get mad at you. Like, anyway. Yeah, so they're in a pocket dimension. Maya, Kima, and Ray are trying to, you know, keep Marissa contained in there until proper authorities can come by, and Marissa just wants to be left alone and get her freedom. It's like this whole thing between all of them. And yeah, that's essentially it, right? Like, but then like they pull up the cards, and originally I did have it a bit more techy. This one, yeah, in the original, all the characters had gauntlets on their non-dominant arm that showed like little images of things that they could summon. Effectively, the cards in their hands with a little string of lights down below to show mana, available mana. With different colors to show like colors of mana and whatever. But for this one, they have little motes of light coming around them, and they could theoretically summon whatever they wanted. It wasn't as obviously limited to cards in hand. Yeah, it wasn't so obviously limited to cards in hand as last one, where one might wonder, it's like, oh hey, if this character could, you know, use 4 lights of energy to
Nice.
create, you know, a twister that, you know, destroys all of the monsters that have been summoned, why don't you just do that on a regular basis? It's like, well, according to the rules of the game, that's not how it works.
All right.
According to, like, rules of story, though, I have to be creative about it.
Nice.
Why doesn't she?
Nice.
It's like, well, maybe after doing it once, and, you know, her team would be building, she doesn't want to do it again because she would have to get rid of her
All
own
right,
creatures
all
again.
right.
Kind of a thing. It's like, oh, well, why is it... Oh, she has, like, a bunch of lights. Why doesn't she just summon, like, some giant thing now? It's like,
Yes.
the things that they summoned, and this is an important part of the deck design, the cards in their deck are, generally speaking, based around the characters themselves.
All right.
Like how I said, Maya doesn't use, like, weapons, so she only has, like, 2 weapon cards in the deck. And one of them is actually part of herself as the commander, which fits into her own story of being a princess who wanted to protect her kingdom so much that she brought a cursed sword from out of, like, an abandoned temple to bring into war to use to try to protect her country. Violating one of her vows of not relying on, what would be the exact term, material assistance, whatever,
All right.
in order to protect the people, and then, of course, willing to give up her own soul if she were to fall in battle, which is, spoiler, what happens in the story for a little bit.
All right.
Because it's, you know, her soul that's in this secondary world, there is still a bit of the sword tied to her, so when she falls in the story world,
Right.
she effectively gets turned into the sword.
All right. Yes.
So yeah, trying to find ways to work all of the characters around for everything. And honestly, the potential for storytelling is awesome there. If the decks are built around the characters enough, where every single card in the deck could be excused as something that the character would have and / or use. Like, everything is, say, like, a memory that the character has, or an item that they have had in their possession at some point, or, like, say, a person who meant something to them. Like, if every card in the deck can be excused
All right.
as a part of the character, then it works very well. But if you just do meta decks like, oh yeah, Smothering Tide, that's like, oh, I thought this kid was like a poor orphan. What does Smothering Tide have to do about it? Well, the deck is in white, so I put in Smothering Tide. Or it's like, oh hey, I didn't know this character was very studious. Why is there a Mystic study in here? It's like, would this... Like, why would this person be doing a bunch of studying if they've been established to not be much of studying? The deck gave blue. I put blue card. And it's like, doesn't fit thematically. It's like, deck blue. Basic study, good blue card.
Nice.
And it's like, you can't tell them that they're building the deck wrong, but the deck was built thematically wrong. Because you can say that much. But if you... Because, like, Marissa has some Planeswalkers in there, but, like, pretty much specifically Vraskas, who fit her overall theme.
Nice.
It's like, so, like, hey, get to a new plane, like, go on a walk, and she finds a Vraska who, like, helps out and stuff. But
All right.
there was...
Nice.
And it's like, okay, hey, why do the Planeswalkers allow her to get the abilities, and why only once per day? So it's like, oh hey, she meets Loth, who gives her 2 spiders, and says like, hey, I know you have a history of, you know, killing things. Like, for Marissa, she actually in the lore was just meeting these planeswalkers in this pocket dimension. But yeah, like, Loth shows up and it's like, hey, you have a history of killing things. I do well with things dying. They, you know, feed the spiders. Because, in-game, Loth gains loyalty if your creatures die. It's like, hey, you kill off creatures. You kill off your own creatures. Here's some spiders. Feel free to kill them if you want. And it's like, okay, well, this planeswalker can ult. So how do I, like, establish, like, what, like, how does that ult work in canon? Like, does the planeswalker kill, like, give themselves up to do a thing? It's like, why are they so loyal as to be willing to do this thing? But then if they survive, they're not loyal enough to stick around anymore. If, like, will it kill them? Why? It's like, why would this kill them? Like, Swan Planeswalker effect is like, it's like, why would this get rid of them? But also, you could ult them and they live. Like, why would doing this not kill them, kind of thing? It's like, you have to find excuses for why things happen and write about, okay, why is this? It's not just that this happened. I have to write about why this happened in this way. Which I found to be a fun little challenge. It's like, okay, well, it's like, oh, well, if you put these two cards together, they make a really good little engine that you can work out, but, like, how exactly does that work in story? And would the character flow do that? Like, they have this planeswalker here that gives them creatures, and it's like, hey, these are, like, my friends that I'm sharing with you, my friends of the forest. And another planeswalker that can kill them, and it's like, why does Garruk gain loyalty for the wolves dying? Like, Loth is kind of like a psychopath. She gains loyalty from things dying because, like, why is that exactly? Well, she just, you know, has a hand in death and has a vested interest in things, you know, going and dying. It's like, okay, sure, fine. Whoops. It's like, okay, but why does, like, Garruk like it when you kill his wolves? Are the wolves just a test? Because, like, he is black and green planeswalker. Is it all just a test to show if you have, like, what it takes to be a part of nature? Like, does he understand that, like, hey, this kind of thing happens, I don't blame you, sort of a deal? Like, why is it that he gains loyalty from this? And I have to figure it out, and I have to write it in, and I have to at least try to make it make sense. And I had a lot of fun doing that, somewhat, for the first little while, and then eventually it's like, oh gosh, everyone just die already, please, thank you. But yeah, it's a good writing experiment. And also, instead of normal fiction writing, which is just, hey, make up a story and make it all work out, it's, hey, here's the general pieces of the story. Figure out why this stuff is happening. And also considering that I can adjust the game slightly while playing it, because I write the story while the game is playing. I don't, like, play the game, get the log afterwards, and then explain everything, which would make it more difficult. Because you might actually wind up going counter to an established rhythm.
Nice. All right.
Just because, hey, well, that was the most effective thing to do at the moment. It's like, well, that was the most effective thing to do, so that's what I did. And it's like, well, But why, though? Why do you do that? So who knows? Maybe I will do a 4-character plane chase arch enemy game at some point. Put it as a video, specifically recording it as a video to upload, and then just write out a little story with it. Might take like a day or two to record it, especially if I'm going to be narrating the entire time as I usually do with these sorts of things. Oh god, look inside. Oh wait, no, I don't want that.
All right.
Oh god.
All right. Yes. Yes. All right.
Okay, okay. This is just the wind dragon, too. I still have another dragon after this to go through. So yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll write another story like that, but I don't know. I wouldn't expect it to be an ongoing thing. Although, what would be interesting to, instead of just me doing the game solo by myself, because that won't really necessarily be fun to see. Maybe I could put some work in, make it interesting. Probably not. But if I do it if I go to the point of doing regular Let's Play episodes, like regular like EDH gameplay stuff, I'll get a group of friends together, get them under webcam. Although all of the people that I could do this stuff with don't want to be on camera, so I'd have to figure out how to get all that. Plus, I'd have to convince all of them to make thematically appropriate decks with characters that I would know about for why the characters do the sorts of things. So it would actually be a lot easier to do it by myself instead of doing it with people. Yeah, I can do like voices for the characters, because I already do voices for things, whatever. Spend a couple of weeks editing everything together to make a nice video about it. Or, whatever. Just make some boring old video. And then just write in a storyline for the video.
Nice.
Oh god. Yeah, write the storyline for the video. Upload the video, but the audio for the video is the storyline of what's happening. Yeah. I mean, I also tried to make a DM-less tabletop RPG using Chronicle cards, which, if you haven't heard of them, they're pretty neat. They apply, like, adjustments and stuff to characters and NPCs based off of various traits that you can get. I backed them on Kickstarter. I got all of the decks. They're cool.
Nice. All right. Yes.
Alright. Alright, perfect. I might as well just clear up this last dragon too. At some point I am going to have to just binge this game and play it for like 5 hours in one day just to stay ahead of all the videos, but just, I don't even know, right?
Nice.
Yeah, I'm always on the lookout for new things to do. Like, I I was a fan of doing the alternating videos, so maybe I'll go and find some other long-running game to play. It's too late to have Gloomhaven be the alternating thing, and I was going to use Dungeon Quest Builders 2 as the alternating video. Maybe I should have done that for this month instead of having Rune Factory be every day. Just because having it be alternating, I got used to.
All right. Yes. All right. Nice.
Yeah, just let that.
Nice.
Why not? But what I'm really hoping for is that the Frosthaven board game is going to come out, and I'll do that as the alternating thing. Because I remember when Gloomhaven came out, I basically just played that thing non-stop. Like, wake up in the morning, like I didn't even, like, put it away at night before going to bed. I couldn't leave it out because cats would walk all over it, mess it all up, maybe pee on it, I don't know. Scratch it up, for sure. But, so what I did was I just put a blanket over it. And it worked. Yeah, in the morning, just carefully remove the blanket. Play for, I don't know, 12 or so hours. And then nighttime comes. I can't stay up anymore. Finish off whatever scenario I'm on. Carefully put the blanket back over it and be done for the day. I could totally do that as a thing. Just have, you know, one episode per session as I have been doing with Gloomhaven.
Yes.
Just the typical onesie.
All right. Nice. Nice.
Yeah, but with, like, Frosthaven.
Right.
And, like, yeah, the earlier scenarios are easier, but that's also when I'm trying to learn the rules, so there's an added difficulty level there. Or, yeah, the early scenarios are easier, I say. I failed scenario 1 of Gloomhaven so many times. Like, when it was time to retire my first group of characters, like, when my first character could be retired, they were already level 9. The third... I think, yeah, 3 of them basically retired at once, so they all retired at, like, basically the same time or something, whatever. One of them was able to spend 500 Gs for a sticker on one card, which I hope that the upgrade stickers stay. Those are fancy. Upgrading the cards themselves that you play is a mechanic that you don't see in, you know, paper games, because it's, like, impossible to implement. Like, imagine if Magic the Gathering had a thing. It's like, oh, hey, I don't know, you collected 4 copies of this one common. Now, instead of being a 1/1, it's a 1/2. You get, like, 1 copy of, like, the same card, but now it's a 1/2. Like, if it's, like, a thing that you marked on the card somehow, then people would just mark all of the slots on it. It's like, yeah, I totally have the highest level. If there was an actual thing where you could somehow, through some sort of, I don't know, exchange program, trade in 4 copies of one card for, like, a slightly better version of the card, people would like, just buy the best version of the card available, or else try their hardest to find all of the whatever copies, like this, $100 Bhagavan Mythic that people are already buying 4 for the deck. They would buy 16 to make it, like, I don't know, what is it? I think it's already a 2/2, to make it like a 2/3 instead of a 2/2, and then they'll buy, you know, buy enough to get 4 more, or 3 more of that to either have their playset, or make a new one that's now a 3/3, and it's like, people would spend the excessive amounts of money for that, and then, like, what, do the cards just go back to Wizard of the Coast, and now they're sitting on, like, piles of Ragavans? Wouldn't Wizard of the Coast just sell those back to the community some way or another? Like, there are so many places where it could just totally go wrong that it's not worth trying. In a digital game, you can absolutely do it, but paper game, you can't really do it. That's why I'm so excited about Gloomhaven, where you could just put the sticker on the card, and you're just playing against, like, yourself, really. If you want to just put all the best stickers on all of the cards, and not go through, not like, you know, buy them with the in-game currency, yeah, sure, you can do that, whatever. Likewise, if you want to just play a character who can, with permanent fly to get past every obstacle or trap and enemy, and permanent invisible so enemies never target you, and you can just complete every scenario like super easily, because if you have to kill all enemies, well, they can't hurt you, and you can just, you know, wound them and let them die, or, you know, actually attack them. But you can, yeah, you can spend the entire session invisible and flying and recover cards as fast or faster than you can play them, so you never run out. So all you have to do is wound the enemies once and then just keep waiting. And if you want to do that for how to play, and you can just, you know, one shot, or whatever. Whoops. Let's go back in. It is a little bit late, but I'm still going to end this episode only now. So this has been 2 episodes of Rune Factory 5. Yay! See you again for tomorrow for a new episode. I need water. I need to stay hydrated. It's important to stay hydrated. Okay? Let me have my water. Water is used for chafed thighs, is basically melted. Maybe I'll just drink that. I don't know.